Hello friends, welcome back. It's been a little while that I did my last tutorial on my channel and I decided to continue the tutorial I'm creating on extension. So I decided to update the YouTube application I'm using just before I proceed on the tutorial I want to create. So I decided to do Composer update. So doing Composer update, I have this on my screen. The necessary updates I made, the extensions that were outdated, some of them were removed and the new updates were installed and everything went perfect. But I have a message here on the screen. It says, seems you have upgraded YouTube framework from version 2.0.13 to 2.0.15.1. It says, I should please check the upgrade notes for possible incompatibility changes and adjust your application accordingly. So what we want to look at is some of the changes that have been effected in this application. So these are some of the updates that we have from 2.0.14, because these are updates that came with 2.0.14. Then after this, we'll now also move to 2.0.15. So part of the update that came with 2.0.14 is that when hash format condition array is used in find one, that is when you're talking about active record, and also find all, the array keys, which is the column, are now limited to the table column names. This is to prevent SQL injection if input was filtered properly. So over here we have the following code example are not affected by this issue. Examples shown for find one are valid also for find all. So the first option is when user passing the ID parameter through the browser, that is accepted. For instance, you are searching for a user, you're searching for a post, and the user passing the ID of that post, automatically you should be able to fetch out the ID of the content they are searching for, which is still good because that has not been affected by anything. The second option we have here is cast it to int or string, ensure no array can be injected. An exception will be thrown, so this is not a good practice. So for instance, when a user is trying to pass in a parameter or a data through the browser, you need to ensure the data type of the parameter that is being passed in, if it is integer or string. For instance, now let's say you are trying to pass in an ID of a post or of a user through the browser. You need to make sure that the ID is integer only. That is also a way of validating the parameter that's been passed in. And also, or maybe they are passing in a string, you need to make sure that what they are passing in actually is a string and not an array. So this third option that we have over here, ensure that the value that is being passed in is directly connected to a particular column. For instance, this ID we have over here is only checking the column of ID. Let's say you are using username. You need to make sure that the username that they are searching for is searching for the active record on user column. Over here they say the following code, however, is vulnerable. An attacker could inject an array with an arbitrary condition and even exploit SQL injection, which is you just passing in the ID without setting your own validation. Maybe the data is integer or string. And also part of the updates that we have in this current version is that IPv6 address length and IPv4 address length have been moved from IP validation to IP helper. So anytime you want to access your IPv6 or IPv4 address length, then you need to call IP helper, not IP validation anymore. And also under the security, when you are using compare string, as it is now, this update will throw an error when you are not passing in string. For instance, it says it is not throwing invalid argument exception. You can actually compare the string called name and the string called name. You can compare them together if they are the same. But if you use like ID or maybe 7 and which is integer and the string of name, they are not the same type. They are not the same data type. In that case, it will throw an invalid argument exception. And also, in this update, they added JSON support for PostgreSQL SQL and MySQL. And also in this version, they've been able to add JSON support. For instance, if you are fetching a record from database, previously you can either return your record using objects or you can return your record using as array. But in this case, they've also added that you can fetch your record using JSON as well. In case you are returning your JSON to the user, maybe after you've forgotten your record, you will now do JSON encode. There's no need for you to do that anymore. In this case, you can make use of as JSON. So for extensive detail on the update that came with version 2.0.50.1, you can go to this address that we have over here, which I will include in the description box below for you to read more about the updates.